guys have played a lot of close games like this throughout the season. Do you feel like you have progressed in how your team handles those moments, and what do you think was the difference tonight in the execution?
Yeah, I'd say overall we have, won more than lost. We lost some of those last year, and so felt there's improvement overall. Tonight, offensively, we weren't good enough, guarded well enough. Without the late free throws, home to basically 100. And, a few of their guys, the difference was a few of their guys made shots. Finney-Smith and Vincent with 6 threes each. Some of our better shooters had off-night shooting as well. And so felt like we left a lot of things on the table. You win some, you lose some close games, but definitely an opportunity to take that one and miss them, especially with some late turnovers down the stretch.
Just in terms of how close this was to a playoff game, the low scoring, the physicality, how much of these games come down to the mental approach? Obviously, this is going to be an X's and O's, for every game, but how much of it is mental in games like this?
Yeah, that's a part of it, and all the reach-in fouls on Doncic early, those little things, those add up. Obviously, some of the pick and pops with Finney-Smith when they were small, you're going to live with a few, but there were, out of his 6, he had 3 wide-open corner threes, and Vincent as well, weak side help for no reason. So you'll live with a few, some of the Hachimera as well, but the ones that we shouldn't have gave up obviously make a difference in a game like this. So, keeping our focus there, and obviously understanding Doncic likes to get to the line, and I think out of his 8 free throws, 6 of them were on reach-in slap downs, and so those add up.
It seemed like from a defensive standpoint for Dillon, he had to chase around Luka and LeBron all night. How do you think he handled that approach, given how physical he was with Luka? And he obviously kind of slowed them down in the second half as well.
Yeah, I think overall we did a decent job on those two, especially in the first half. And they got going a little bit in the second half, but for the most part, we were good on them. It was the others that beat us with the threes, and like I said, we're gonna live with a few of those. But it was a team effort. Him, Tari, Jabari, Amen, all kind of traded places on them. And when Jalen and Fred switched on them, we had some adjustments there to try to take the ball out of their hands, and some of the other guys made us pay. So Dillon did a great job as always, being physical. Some of the reach down fouls happened. I think it was a little bit of everybody tonight, but those are areas we can clean up. And obviously, when you give up 100 points and with those threes and those free throws, we feel we can obviously defend them a lot better.
You went small for a bit there in the fourth quarter with Jabari at the 5. What did you think about the effectiveness of that lineup?
Yeah, it was decent. I mean, we got some of the stops we needed. Got out in transition. We had an opportunity down 3. I think Jabari passed up on a 3. He could have had the walk-up 3 and then hit Dillon, and he passed up on one that he threw the turnover to Alpy there. And so I felt we were getting out in transition, able to switch some of our actions and, stay in our coverage that we like to take away some of those things, and then guard one-on-one. And so I think it was overall was better. I felt the pick and pop hurt us, obviously. Zone at times is good, but sometimes they flashed James into the middle, and it hurt us a little bit. So we wanted to go to switching more actions, and I think that got us back in the game.
In terms of having a scheme to stop, both Luka and LeBron, are there difficulties that you guys kind of see sometimes in the game where, if they're on one side of the floor, the action is over there, but then they can easily, have the ball on the other side of the floor?
Yeah, that's the thing that makes them difficult is their passing ability, size, and able to, see the floor. They do like to pick on certain matchups. We feel we can hold our own in certain positions on the court, but they did dart us across the court too easily at times, or that guy the weak side defender didn't have to do much with the play, and so those are the ones we can't give up. We don't mind them working against some of our better defenders to take those tough twos, but the weak side skips, especially early, kind of hurt us, and so got to be a little bit more crisp there and be engaged on the weak side and not give those open threes up.
What did you see from a man with as much energy as he was expending on defense to, be aggressive at the end of the game and try to take some key shots?
Yeah, I think, like I said, some Jalen and Fred probably had an off shooting night, so we needed him to attack and get downhill a little bit more there. Obviously, we're asking him to do a lot on both ends of the floor, and he was able to impact it there a little bit late, a little bit more. Had a decent game overall, but his effectiveness in the dunker or getting downhill really ignited our break late, and so I think when it looked, you could see in the first half, it looked really good when we got out and ran and got some easy buckets, but kind of got bogged down a little bit in the second half. But when we were able to, it was a key part of that.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.